Yo, what's good, boys? Not gonna lie, bro. Kind of forgot to upload the video yesterday. For once. But yeah, man. Let's real quick get into the recap. No trades were taken. We had PMI at 10 a.m. So, didn't want to take a trade in this before 10 a.m. Just because we are in the range. But to show you, nothing was taken. That was a trade the day before. And on the funded accounts, nothing. And nothing for full transparency. Right, so going into the day, it was it was kind of 50-50 for like the short-term moves, like where we're going to manipulate. But looking at it, you see the prior day range, right, marked out the equilibrium, very obvious because where do we return? Right, halfway through the night at 7:30, right? 7:30 we return to the equilibrium, this range, after forming SMT at the week's objective, right? This week's objective was this sell side from December 20th, right? We ended up forming SMT at the low, right? So we swept the liquidity. We now have SMT at that important low, at the high time frame low. So expecting price to be bullish on the high time frame, right? Not really expecting price to return back down here. As well as we also formed an extra little SMT right here on the high time frame as well. So we're just stacking bullish SMT, sending price higher, okay? But going into the day, at 8:30, right? We are still in the middle of this range. Okay, let me mark this out. We'll pull it out a little further. We're still in this range, right? Near the equilibrium. As you can see, price all night is just sitting around this range. You do not want to be trading conditions like this, okay? If market opens at 8:30 and we're still chopping inside of this range, you do not want to trade that, okay? No matter how A plus it work setup is, do not trade it, okay? And you can look at this and see that engineered sell side, there's a lot of it, right? We are consistently failing to swing lows, and there was absolutely no bullish SMT, right? I checked for a while, making sure that there was no bullish SMT. There was no bullish SMT at all down here, okay? I don't think there was any bullish SMT that was formed, like, the entire day at all. Let me look at it real quick. I don't think there was any, right? Yeah, there was literally no high time frame bullish SMT formed the entire day. Okay, but I was bullish. Okay, I was wanting to see an expansion higher to the buy side. Let me pull up the Discord real quick. But firstly, I wanted to see a manipulation lower, sweeping all the sell side, all these engineered stops below, and form possibly an SMT at the lows for a continuation higher to this prior day high right here, okay? But as you can see, that didn't even happen, so no trades were taken, right? Because I was strictly bullish. No high time frame bullish SMT was formed. Not even really bearish SMT until we swept the prior day high. And by that time, I didn't even want to trade because price action was terrible, and I'm not going to trade against my bias, right? What didn't make sense. So going into the day, this is my idea that I posted out to the Discord, right? More bullish than I am bearish due to the SMT at the prior day low and the prior day high being the target, right? So this is the idea. Want to see an accumulation, 10 o'clock hit, we manipulate lower. This is our Judas swing since there was no manipulation during New York. Sweeping out the sell side, forming SMT at the low for the manipulation of the daily power of 3, and then pretty much forming a classic high time frame AMD pattern, right? Accumulation during Asia and London. New York opens, manipulates lower at 10 o'clock when news releases. Form the SMT for the manipulation, and then distributing higher for the distribution, right? So very simple. As you can see, none of that really happened. But we, instead of forming SMT and running sell side, we just pumped, right? It was just unprobable conditions. There was no SMT formed at any of these lows on the high time frame, or there was no high time frame super liquidity anywhere within this London to New York session. So no trades were taken at all. Nothing really made sense. So pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much it. We formed SMT at the prior day high for a short period of time, but we shortly took it out as well. So now there's no SMT at these highs. SMT at this high time frame low, we can see an expansion going into next week towards these areas of liquidity, right? Because there's no bearish SMT holding us back, and we have a bunch of engineered resting buy side above, right? So let me go on the woman real quick and show you what I saw, right? So This was one trade that I was tempted to take, and then I mean, other than that, the rest of the day was absolute trash. So didn't even look at trading anything else. Um, and I just went into the day extremely careful, just because I know that we were in the high time frame range, as well as we were closing the week off, and we already hit our weekly objective. So going into today, didn't have any expectations at all, right? Setting, no expectations for the market to give me any solid move, right? But this was the one trade that was actually decent, that I wanted to take, but still didn't, align with my, the way that I trade, right? So a lot of people would say this is SMT on the high time frame, but it's really not, right? We have, this isn't a high. Okay, why is this not a high? Because the candle to the right of it is lower, or it's higher, right, than the middle one, right? And the one to the left is lower. Okay, if this was truly a higher high candle, which this would have been an actual valid SMT, if it was like this, right? This would be an actual valid SMT. Okay, but this is not a high right here, right? This is just like low time from SMT. So we formed no SMT up here. I was looking at this high to possibly form SMT at for possible shorts to distribute lower, to rebalance the range or sweep the sell side, and then chop for the rest of the day. But we didn't even do that, right? So we just formed pretty much 5-minute low time from SMT at the same time of not really sweeping any important buy side, right? It'll be different. I would start looking for low time from SMT shorts if we swept, an area of high time from liquidity. So I want to see this high swept. We engineered buy stops up here, formed pretty much equal highs, formed this trashy low time from SMT during this macro, and I just didn't take it, right? I just watched it play out. Oh, the short right here, stop loss, the close above, targeting this 930 data low, right? We had formed smooth lows, very smooth data lows at the 930 candle right here, very obvious wick, and this would have been the trade. But again, probably would have, I don't even know where I would have taken break even, either this low or this low. This is pretty far down though, but yeah. This would have been the trade, but again, didn't like it because it was low time from SMT, and we never even really swept a major area and buy side, so nothing was taken at all. For the rest of the day, we just chopped very unprobable conditions, high resistance to liquidity. So yeah, bro, nothing was taken. Going into next week, we do have, what do we have? I think we have a lot of news next week. Yeah, we do. Okay, so next week we have NFP. So most likely, we'll not trade Monday. Definitely won't trade Monday. There's no news. Tuesday we'll trade. Wednesday we'll possibly trade. Thursday no trade. Friday we'll trade. Okay, so we have a decent week next week going into the fresh power of 3 for the entire year. So hopefully something nice gets set up. But yeah, other than that, boys, hope you all have a blessed day and have a good weekend. Peace out.